Gaffer, obviously disappointing to concede an equalising goal so late on. Your assessment on today's game?
We've just spoken in the dressing room and we feel very disappointed. So not just this game, one or two other games where certainly when we look at Blackpool, as far as managing the last stages of the game, perhaps people would think that we sat men back behind the ball, but I just felt that wasn't the case where we tried to do that and throw everyone behind the ball, but it was a situation where they threw men forward. Every time we played forward, we couldn't hold the ball up, certainly in the last 15 minutes of the game, and they were always going to get that opportunity, and they got nothing to lose. That was like a cup final to them today, and I know it's disappointment, very disappointed in the manner that we didn't pick up those 3 points. Certainly when the dressing room wanted to win today, to finish strong, but we've got to make sure now that the players learn a valuable lesson, because when I analysed the goal there, I just felt there was one or two that didn't track the runner, and that's when your concentration levels has to be at its max.
Do you look back at that spell in the second half where there were a couple of chances? Obviously Tom Eaves went just wide, Akbro went close. If it goes 2-0 up, that probably kills the game off.
Yes, and I feel the players would be disappointed that we had large spells of possession, and I think emotionally that's why we're all so disappointed. If I was a supporter, I'd be very, very disappointed that we've not come out winners in that game because of the opportunities that we had. Sometimes you don't get what you deserve in football, and all they remember is those last 15 minutes, which I have to agree were poor in the way that we played the rest of the game. So we didn't take advantage, and we should have, and it's important now that we try and get 3 points against Cambridge.
You obviously said it wasn't a directive to put men behind the ball, but when that happens, how do you try and get your team to push up?
What you try and do is you make sure that the first pass forward is with quality, and then hopefully the centre forward retains possession so you can get into the final third of the pitch. But whether it was a goal kick, it came back in the last 15 minutes of the game, and I know the supporters were frustrated when I made the Silko substitution, and again, if I was a supporter, I would have been disappointed. But from the medical department, and Silko said that he had to come off, so I had to make that change, and then I had to make the Ryan Dixon change. So it's a little bit unbalanced within the team, but we're good enough and should be strong enough to deal with that.
Looking at the positives though, and Francois' performance, especially in the first half, again he moves as a top scorer now. It was a good display.
Yeah, he's scored another goal again, so he's playing a major role in his contribution to score. I think Tom Eaves was a little bit unlucky and unfortunate today that he didn't get on the score sheet, because I think certainly his movement from the first chance was very good. So I need to make sure I just keep driving the group.
Obviously a late goal always makes it feel like a bit of a defeat really, but is it important to take this point and move on to Tuesday?
I think it's important to take the point because they had nothing to lose, and you could see at times there that out of possession they left men forward. Unfortunately we couldn't expose that. We didn't. It should have been 2, it should have been 3, like the run of events, but then if it's only 1-0, it gives the opposition a chance to come back into it. And as I said before the game, that's a team there fighting for their lives. I know exactly what it's like, because they have to get out of the relegation zone, and for whatever reason they're there, they have to change their fortunes, and by doing that they throw a few more men forward, and it worked for them in the last 10 or 15 minutes, and we had to make sure that the group were resilient enough to see that out.